Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. What is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Welcome to modern day... whatever. Look, I'm going to try and front load this video with as much lightheartedness and as jokes as possible. Because I got a feeling that about midway through it might take a very dark turn. So, remember Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn, aka Birds of Prey, aka Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, aka whatever they're going to call it in Japan? No, don't worry about it. No one else has. It's just finished its third week at the box office, and it is doing garbage. It's losing money. It's got a budget of 85 to 92 odd million by the looks of it. And then you take that into consideration, marketing, box office take from cinemas, taxes, all manner of other different things. This film is losing them money. This film is in the red, not the black. And as you can see from the box office takes now, it's on its last legs. It's truly on its last legs. We're down to 500,000 here. Oopsie doopsies. My local cinema has one screen. One screen now showing Birds of Prey at 8:40 in the evening. That's it. There's a big cinema not too far away, which we sometimes go to because it's got like posh seats and recliners and all that kind of jazz. They've got 4 screens. That's it. It's on its way out the cinema now. I don't think it's even going to hit 200 million worldwide. We'll see what Japan does, but I don't really think it's going to do too much past that if it does get to it. So, it's in massive trouble. So, why do I keep mentioning Japan? Well, you see, it's about to release in Japan, I think the 20th of March. And so, they're over there right now promoting the film. Now, there's a very good reason why it's bombed. Multiple reasons, in fact. We know that the marketing was absolutely dour. Instead of trying to market this as a fun superhero flick, comic book movie for everybody to sit down and enjoy, they decided to stick a bunch of weirdos in front of cameras and interview them and have them say dumb shit like, "This is a film about misogyny and toxic masculinity," which really turns on cinemas goers. They also decided to dress the cast up in bin bags and sticky tape because they didn't want it to be male gazy, because heaven forbid people go to the cinema to see attractive people. And then, of course, you had Ewan McGregor, who is, pretty alpha dude, let's just be honest, running around like he's got soy milk coming out of his nip-nips, talking about how this is the end for men. This is the time that the patriarchy falls. It was pathetic! Ewan. Pathetic. But the real reason why I think it bombed, the big reason, that was a contributing factor, make no doubt about it whatsoever, because they did put a lot of people off going to the cinema. But the biggest reason is it was shit. It was shit. It wasn't funny. It wasn't fun. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't anything. It was just the biggest pile of meh. Now, they tried to blame men, but then figures came in, of course, to say that 54% of the audience that went to see Birds of Prey was men. So they couldn't do that. And of course, they can't blame women. Even though they try and patronise women. Hollywood patronises women like it's going out of fashion. Hollywood pretend that over the last 2 or 3 years, they've invented women. It's their new creation. Do you know what we just did? We invented women. Until then, they just, like, totally didn't exist or anything. So, you know, women are too smart. The regular woman, the normal woman, is just too smart for this stupid pandering, this stupid stroking. We've had plenty of strong women in cinema for decades upon decades upon decades. So this narrative doesn't wash. But here they are going to Japan, and you would think that they would use this opportunity for a fresh start. Number one, they're actually getting rid of the PG-17, whatever it is, R-17, whatever, rating. They're cutting out the swearing. They're editing out some of the violence. And it's not a particularly violent film at all, to be frank. It's just got some really, really weird language. Like, there'll just be a regular conversation going on. What do you fancy for breakfast? I'll have a bowl of Cheerios, thank you. What would you like for breakfast? I was thinking about maybe some motherfucking bacon and some motherfucking eggs, motherfucker! And some toast as well, please. That's how weird the swearing is in this film. It's just completely out of the blue, just doesn't sit right, feel right. So yeah, cut that out. So you're going to Japan, you're making it a PG in an effort to try and get more of an audience. So what you're going to do, let's go over there, let's market this as a fun superhero, fun comic book movie for everyone to enjoy. No! No, let's double down. Let's double down, shall we? Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, still woke. What is also interesting about the Japanese release is that Margot Robbie and Warner Brothers continue marketing the flick only to the female audience. While, of course, when you push away the male audience, all that you're doing is pushing away the vast majority of people that will go to see these movies, the vast majority of people that actually buy comic books, the vast majority of people that go out and purchase merchandise, the vast majority of people that will return back to a franchise time and time again. But don't worry about it. Warner Brothers Japan has announced a contest that's giving away 30 pairs of tickets for girls only. Excuse me, but this preview is for women only. If there's one country, I mean, apart from Saudi Arabia, if there's one country, well, apart from Iran, if there's one country apart from Afghanistan, well, if there's one country apart from Iraq, well, if there's one country... Look, there's tons Papua New Guinea. I could go on for fucking ever. But if there's one country that you don't want to play this stupid virtue signaling game to, it's Japan. Do you know why? Because they don't buy it. They don't buy it over there. Japan has some of the most bizarre stuff you'll ever know, see, or experience in your life. They don't go for this pandering shite. And so all you're going to do is push further audience away. That is it. But these people are so dumb, stupid, arrogant, egotistical, narcissistic. These are the type of people, by the way, of course, as we've seen from the writer of the upcoming She-Hulk TV show, you know, that obnoxious bint. They just fill their Twitter timeline with hatred and racism and bigotry and all this type of stuff, misandry, all, though, in the name of virtue. Oh my god, I'm gonna, pander to gay people because I'm so, woke. No, that's called bigotry. Because you are just riding off the fact of their sexuality. Same with race. Same with gender. Same with... But they will never learn. They will never learn. That's why, when somebody confronts them, they have to ist and isn't them until they're blue in the face. Oh my god, you're white supremacist. Oh my god, you're racist. That's why they have to do that. Because they know that if they looked in the fucking mirror, that's exactly what they'll see. Because they're not woke, they're fucking disgusting, is what they are. And so, when these people start putting out movies like this, pandering, when your movie's fucking falling off a cliff, you get everything that you deserve. Everything. No shade, but let's just call Sonic for what it is. It's a video game movie that's been marketed by a huge corporation that's put tens of millions into creating it in an effort to make money. No shade. That's just business. No shade. But the reason why people are speaking so highly of Sonic isn't necessarily because the film's Oscar bait. It's, for all intents and purposes, fine. Fine for a bit of fun, particularly if you've got a family. But the reason why it's held in such high esteem at the moment is because at least the director of this film and at least the cast of this film have done something that pissants like this, pissants like Margot Robbie, because she's just as much to blame as anyone else, folks, and the writer and Ewan McGregor and the producer and directors and all that kind of stuff and the marketers, these people track their audience with a bit of common decency. A bit of common courtesy. Here's the first trailer. Your hedgehog looks like assholes. And we're being kind. Okay. We hear you. We're going to make some changes. We're going to make it look more to the point. Bang. They do that. They don't berate their audience. They don't go to war with their audience. They don't get combative with their audience. Why? Because they want their fucking money! And that's no shade. That's commonsensical. This is the problem with the comic book industry at the moment. Sean Gordon Murphy, somebody who, well, I when I say I used to follow, I still follow him, but he stepped away from Twitter. I believe now that he's got his people, his team running his Twitter account now. Why? Because the guy said some normal stuff to normal people. He wants to treat people normally. He doesn't care if you're a Republican or a fucking Democrat or anything like that. He wants to have friends and has friends on both sides of the political spectrum and just wants to treat people like people. But the comic book industry now is so political that when you see the vast majority of writers, artists, stuff like that, they're crazy. And Sean Gordon Murphy himself said, Wizard Magazine made us look cool. Twitter showed people who we truly were. Something along those lines. I'm kind of paraphrasing. And he's right, because you have all these comic book artists and writers shouting. Gail Simone tries to open up a YouTube channel the other day. Gets absolutely hammered in the comment section. Why? Because she's on Twitter all day, every day, being a disgusting piece of filth. Virtue signaling, disgusting, berating, shouting at her audience. Oh, by the way, also being as manipulative as the day is long. And these are the people who are in charge of our fandoms. I fucking told you it was going to take a dark turn, folks. I warned you. And these people are doing this. Burn. Burn. Burn and watchers laugh. Laugh at you. As you shout on Twitter, as you go to your shill media so they can do articles about how your film failed because of toxic masculinity and the white supremacists and all this and that you have to blame because you know if you looked in the mirror, it's you that's the problem. But you can't do that, can you? Because you're in your bubble and you're sniffing your own farts. While one company that wanted your money did it the right way. They killed you with kindness. And we don't mind being killed with kindness at all. It makes us turn up to the cinema and after 2 weeks do way more than this piece of shit. That's why. Ah, dear goodness me. I don't know when they're going to learn. I truly don't. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. And it'll get more desperate. They'll become more desperate before it gets better. But until the comic book industry, which will probably go under before they do this, and that is the crying shame, before the TV channels actually open themselves up for the opposite side as well, so there is a balance of voices, then shit like this is doomed to failure. Because you don't know your audience, you don't like your audience, you want your audience to be something that doesn't exist, and so you're just crying into the wild. Okay, happy Friday, people. Yes, I look like Uncle fucking Fester. So, I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch live streaming. Links are in the description box down below, and I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.